Hi guys, short video here about this FITVII HM57 smartwatch. Comes already in a very beautiful box, so could be an awesome gift for somebody. We get a full instructions manual, but usually these watches are very easy to use. Then we get also proprietary charging cable, USB-A standard to magnetic. And so here we have the watch. Of course we have to remove the cover. And so here we have it, really nice, very flexible, standard 22mm watch band. You can see we have this quick release here in the back, so we can use also other watch bands as long as they are exactly fitting into the housing. But we don't have to replace that because it's a really beautiful one. Hope you can see that. And so let's test. We can add the magnet here. You can see it doesn't work, so really nice. So we know how we have to add just because of the magnets, and so we do it here on the other side, and now it definitely works. And so usually when we connect it to power, you can see it starts automatically charging and also boots up, so we can choose the language, and now it's showing all the information which we need to connect. Of course I have to blur this information because it's showing some device identification. Down here we have even the QR code to scan, so we know which app we have to download. So I'm doing that here, and so this link brings me to their website where I can get more information or download the APK or download the app from the official Apple App Store or Google Play Store. And the app is the very well known FitCloudPro. More than 10 million downloads, of course not only for this watch but also for other watches. But you have to know this watch only works with the FitCloudPro, so it's not possible to use any other app. And so you can log in here or create an account or use the app even without the account, but of course you have some restrictions. It won't keep your data when you switch to another phone or so. And then of course the app will ask for a lot of permissions. It's very important to give all the permissions, otherwise the watch won't work properly, especially here for nearby devices to connect. And so let's see if we can find it here. Also this information I have to blur, but it has found it directly, so I didn't even have to turn it on, just connect it to power. That's usually what's doing the job right away. So I click here on connect, and I have to confirm here also on the watch. Binding successful. Another pair request from Bluetooth, also confirm. And we have already firmware upgrade. Definitely highly recommended to do that. And now of course we have a lot of possibilities in the app. So we can see all the sports and health tracking here on the left tab. Then we have the device tab where we can add some wallet information, for example QR code for the smartwatch, business cards, notification. That's very important. So we can, for example, activate WhatsApp. Of course, we have to also activate the notifications for the app itself. That's the FitCloudPro. Allow. And only after that we can select the apps where we want to have push notifications on the watch. For example, WhatsApp. And of course we have also more apps here. And as far as I can see, we have the full range. So I can get notifications from all the apps which I have installed on my phone. That's absolutely amazing. With a lot of smartwatches, we have only a very restricted range. So here we can choose everything, even get weather information, latest stock information, sports information, messaging. That's very important. Never buy a smartwatch where you can't get notifications from all the apps. Then we have the alarms, but I guess we can set it also on the watch itself. But of course easier to do here. Then they will automatically be transferred. Activity reminder, drink reminder, dial library. So of course we have already some dials here on the watch, like this one here, but we have much more here directly on the app. So if you like one of these, can just click and then push it to your watch. Then we have also very advanced sport tracking, so we can activate what we want. You can see so many type of sports. So here we have everything, but we can also select just specific things, even swimming. But of course a lot are already installed on the watch. Weather report, based on the location, for example, then raise to wake, but I don't want that during the night, so I limit that so it's only waking the screen during the day and not throughout the night. But it's helpful to have this schedule: elevated heart rate measurement, automatic health monitoring, find the watch with a vibration, but it won't have any sound. You can even choose your wrist preference, choose different units, shake for photo, and then in the Me setting, you can set some goals, units, connect it to Google Fit, Health Connect, make sure that it runs in the background. So very important, check here and activate everything. So for example, in the app settings, for the battery, allow background usage, and of course also notifications, and give all the permissions which it needs. For example, also phone access, otherwise you won't be able to make phone calls. So I would say that was it for the moment. And so we are ready to start using it. And so I disconnect it from charging. And so we have it here, long pressing here to choose the watch face. Yeah, going with this one here for the moment and going to wear it now for a couple of days. And you can also see that the time and date has been synced perfectly. So no need to set the time and date manually. And so I've been using this watch now for 6 days in a row. And it has been working absolutely awesome. You can see display really nicely visible from all the sides. And by the way, that's even the lowest brightness. I can make this much more bright. But the awesome thing is, even on the lowest brightness setting, I've been able to read it outside easily. That's pretty amazing. I've been using this watch face here all the time, even though we have some nice other ones. But I really love that because we have analog and digital time and most information, even the battery status. By the way, the battery has been holding up really nicely. But after 6 days with all the options on, I had to recharge the battery. We can see that on the right side with some fitness or health data. When we go down, we can see the details from the 24 hours, and we can also see the 7-day history. So we can see that I've been wearing this for 6 days continuously. Average steps, even really nice what we have already here on the watch. On the right side we have some information about the heart rate zones, also average. Right side, a lot of sleep information, comparison between the different days. That's really way above average. With most watches you get maybe 24-hour information, but it's very rare to see a 1-week overview. And on the right side, weather information and music control. And here, sports modes. You can see a lot of sports modes here. Easy to start. By the way, you can start it directly here with this button. That's very convenient. Just press 2 times and it starts automatically. And while it's running, we have some detailed information. On the left side, we can stop it. We even have some swim mode, and what I like here in the swim mode, that it's protecting the screen. I've tested it and it was waterproof, and you can see now it's not reacting on the screen anymore. So you can really wear it for swimming. Of course, it's not recommended to use the buttons while swimming, even though it's waterproof. But the best thing is to use the wrist gesture like this one here. So we get back the display and we can see the time again, and it's again protected. That's really cool. And when we want to stop it, we go to the left side. Of course, that was a joke. That's not working. So we have to click here, and then we click again or hold the button for 2 seconds, and now it's unlocked, and only now we can go to the left side and stop this. Yeah, this is exactly how it should be. And on the right side of the sports, we have the tiles management, so we can add or remove different tiles. Now I have activated everything, but if you don't like all tiles, you can remove some of them. On top we have the status menu, like always. Brightness, do not disturb, for example, for the night. We have access to the settings directly, really nice. Some information, search the phone call, and vibration and sound settings. So we can switch between mute, vibration and ring. Vibration settings, soft or strong. And when we swipe up, we get the notifications. And I can tell you, I received all the notifications really timely. pretty much never had any delay. By the way, the location here is not accurate. I just added some random location. So that's not personal information here. So let's go to the details. You can see we get all the details here, so we can delete it. And another really great thing on the left side, that's this quick access menu for the phone, weather, and the last used apps. So for example, when I'm using the timer, you can see I can start using the timer, stop it, and then go to the left side, and then I can find the timer directly here. Timer, of course, one of the programs which we have here on the right side. We have a lot of them. We have the dial, and so of course we can also make phone calls, for example by dialing directly a number here. The speaker is pretty loud, so let's wait for the answering machine.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Microphone test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can also mute it directly on the screen or change the volume during the call or hang up a call. And so I'm going to play this test call here for you so you can listen how good the microphone really is. Microphone test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I would say not only the speaker quality is good, but also the microphone quality is decent. Contacts, call records, voice assistant, fitness data, workout history, heart rate history, sleep, blood pressure, blood oxygen, most of the stuff which we have already seen on the right side. Messages, weather, female staff, music, breath training, stopwatch, timer, alarm, clock. We can activate, deactivate alarms, can add business cards, set the time. That's really rare. If you don't have connection to your phone, you can set the time manually. Calendar, calculator, find phone, camera, and all the settings. So we have a lot of functions, I would say way above average. And as you can see, the display works absolutely awesome, really nice, fluent. Yeah, just wait, hold a second. There are also some disadvantages, and they are not totally minor, especially one here already regarding the timer. When we start this here, you can see I can't go back to the main screen. When I hit here, it will stop, and when I hit again, we are back to the main screen, but the timer is not running anymore. I can show you that here. Timer not running anymore. And that's exactly the same thing with every app here. I haven't found any app which was multitasking. So I would say in this class or in this price range, we have at least multitasking for timer. I think I've never seen a smartwatch in the last 5 years without any multitasking, or without multitasking for the timer, not even with a $20 smartwatch. By the way, this button here can only be used to turn on the display, or when it's on, then accessing the apps, but we cannot use it to turn off the display. That's a disadvantage for the night. We also don't have a touch to wake. When the display is off, we can't just hit it with our finger and then wake it up. By the way, there's even more disadvantage regarding the timer, and so it has been counting down really nicely. So let's see what happens when it's on 0. Yeah, it has been vibrating once. Sometimes it has not even been vibrating once. The maximum, I think, which you can get is 1 vibration, and then it's over. And it's not a very strong vibration even on the highest settings. So I would say in 90% of the cases I've been missing timer alerts. Also a really not so great thing is the alarm clock. The only thing which we can do is activate, deactivate the alarms which we have set on the app. I think there's no way to change that here on the watch itself. That's also something which I haven't seen in a long time. That has been the standard about 10 years ago. These days we can definitely expect that we can change the alarm times directly on the watch and not only in the app. And one thing which is even worse, I mean, it has been waking me up really reliable, but not only with a vibration, but with a very, very loud sound. I mean, it's a nice melody which was playing, but it's super, super loud. And when you are in deep sleep and you hear that, yeah, that's not a very comfortable way to wake up, I would say. Okay, and so that's the live alarm. That's how it sounds. Then another thing, the brightness. I mean, we can nicely adjust it between day and night, but it doesn't have an automatic sensor adjustment. We also don't have a rotatable crown because we don't have a crown at all. We don't have an always on display. We don't have wireless charge. And the original watch band is a rather short one. I've been wearing it almost at the very end. Of course, it's a 22mm standard watch band which you can replace, but I would say it has a pretty tight housing, so I'm pretty sure that not all watch bands are working here. Yeah, what to say as a final resume, of course, I'm not saying here that it's totally bad watch or so absolutely not working. No, that's not the case, but we definitely have quite some disadvantages. It's far from being a perfect watch, but it's also not something where everything looks like from a 10-year-old watch. It's something in between. Some things work really nicely, especially the new menu style here, but some things should be definitely improved, like alarm timer and many other things. So I can't really give you full recommendation. But if you're fully convinced and want to buy it, I won't hold you up, and you can find the link down in the description of the video, so you can check it out and order one for you if you like. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or want to share your own experience with this watch, and just let us know down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.